Point guard, the floor general. The point guard is the team's brain, traditionally the shortest player on the court, but almost always the most mentally demanding role. Their job is simple to say but difficult to execute. Control the pace, direct the offense, and make every player around them better. A point guard touches the ball more than anyone else. They bring it up the court, initiate plays, and communicate the coach's instructions while reading the defense in real time. They decide if the team should slow down, speed up, reset the play, or attack a mismatch. To do this, they need elite ball handling. Both hands, both directions, secure under pressure, and able to break through traps or presses. Every dribble should serve a purpose, whether it's a crossover, a hesitation, a shift in speed, or a simple retreat to reset the offense. But what separates a good point guard from a great one is court vision. A great point guard sees the floor like a map, where defenders are, where teammates should be, and what option will develop 2 seconds from now. They recognize defensive schemes instantly. Man-to-man, switches, zones, blitzes, anything. The classic examples are players like Magic Johnson, Steve Nash, John Stockton, Jason Kidd, and Chris Paul, masters of timing, spacing, and manipulation. But the modern era introduced the scoring point guard. Players like Stephen Curry, Damian Lillard, Kyrie Irving, and Ja Morant break the game open with scoring first and playmaking second. Curry forced defenses to guard him 30 feet from the basket, completely redefining what a point guard can be. There are several styles. Playmaking point guards like Nash or CP3, who prioritize setting up teammates. Scoring point guards like Lillard and Kyrie, who take over offensively. Defensive point guards like Gary Payton or Drew Holiday, who pressure ball handlers. And floor generals like Magic and Luka Doncic, who control every possession. Defensively, point guards guard the perimeter, navigate screens, and apply ball pressure. Even if they aren't always elite defenders, their communication is crucial. The best point guards today blend shooting, passing, IQ, pace control, and scoring, shifting roles possession by possession. Shooting guard, the scorer. The shooting guard is the team's natural bucket getter. Their primary responsibility is simple: put the ball in the hoop. They play off the ball more than point guards, navigating screens, relocating into open space, and punishing defenses from deep or mid-range. They're usually 6 feet 4 inches to 6 feet 8 inches, tall enough to shoot over guards but quick enough to play on the perimeter. There are several archetypes. Catch-and-shoot specialists like Klay Thompson, Ray Allen, and Reggie Miller. Players who barely dribble. They sprint off screens, catch, and fire instantly. Slashers like Dwyane Wade, Vince Carter, and Anthony Edwards. Explosive athletes who attack the basket and live in the paint 3-and-D guards like Danny Green or Avery Bradley. Reliable shooters who also guard the opponent's top perimeter threat. And then the rarest type. All-around shooting guards. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Clyde Drexler. Players who score from anywhere, defend at a high level, and create shots for themselves and others. The shooting guard is often the secondary ball handler, capable of running pick and rolls and initiating the offense when needed. On defense, they match up with the opposing team's best perimeter scorer. Modern SGs like Devin Booker or James Harden blend all styles, scoring, creating, and manipulating defenses with footwork and timing. The shooting guard's purpose is clear: constant pressure on the defense. Whether it's shooting, slashing, or spacing the floor, they are the team's offensive weapon. Small forward. The Swiss Army knife. The small forward is the most versatile position on the court. Usually between 6 feet 6 inches and 6 feet 9 inches, they combine the mobility of a guard with the size of a forward. Their job is to do a little bit of everything: score, defend, rebound, create, and adapt. Small forwards operate on the wings, but they move everywhere, posting up smaller defenders, driving past bigger ones, and guarding multiple positions. They often take on the toughest defensive assignment, whether that's a guard, a wing, or a stretch four. There are a few main archetypes. Two-way wings like Kawhi Leonard, Jimmy Butler, and Scottie Pippen, elite on both sides of the ball. Shot-creating forwards like Kevin Durant, Carmelo Anthony and Paul George, players who can score from deep, mid-range, or at the rim point forwards like LeBron James, Larry Bird, Grant Hill, or Luka Doncic. Bigger players who run the offense with a guard's vision. Defensive specialists like Ron Artest or Michael Bridges. Small forwards thrive in mismatches. They can handle the ball in transition, finish through contact, switch screens, and punish nearly any matchup the defense gives them. Because of spacing and switching, modern teams rely heavily on versatile wings to anchor both offense and defense. Historically, small forwards produce some of the greatest all-around talents ever. Bird, LeBron, KD, players capable of filling every gap on the court. In today's NBA, the wing is king. Every championship team needs elite small forwards who can defend multiple positions, create offense, and adapt to any lineup. Power forward, the enforcer. Power forwards are the blend of strength, size, and mobility. Traditionally, they played near the basket, posting up, hitting mid-range shots, setting screens, and battling for rebounds. But the position has evolved more than any other. The classic power forward, like Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Charles Barkley, or Karl Malone, lived in the post. They fought for position, scored off hooks and fades, protected the rim, and dominated the glass. Modern basketball stretched the role out to the perimeter. Today, many PFs space the floor, handle the ball, and operate like oversized wings. There are several modern archetypes. Traditional power forwards, the bruisers, Duncan, KG, Malone, Barkley. Strong, physical, dominant in the post-stretch fours, bigs who shoot threes, Dirk Nowitzki, Kevin Love, Lauri Markkanen. Dirk's one-legged fadeaway changed the position forever. Face-up forwards who attack off the dribble, Chris Bosh, Blake Griffin, Zion Williamson, they use quickness against slower defenders. Hybrid defenders like Draymond Green, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Anthony Davis. They protect the rim, switch screens, and initiate fast breaks. Power forwards must do the dirty work. Set hard screens, box out stronger players, and maintain interior physicality. But they must also stretch the floor, switch onto guards, and attack mismatches. The evolution of the four spot symbolizes the evolution of basketball itself. Bigger, faster, more skilled, more versatile, center. The anchor centers are the tallest players on the court and the backbone of interior play. They control the paint, protect the rim, and secure rebounds. Their job is to dominate the area around the basket. Offensively, centers score through post-ups, layups, dunks, putbacks, and short hooks. They set crushing screens, roll hard to the basket, catch lobs, and force the defense to collapse. Defensively, they act as the final wall. They challenge shots, deter drives, communicate rotations, and secure defensive rebounds. A good center makes every defender around them better simply by being present. There are multiple types of centers. Post-up centers like Shaquille O'Neal, Hakeem Olajuwon, Patrick Ewing, and Joel Embiid. They dominate with strength, footwork, or both. Rim-running centers like DeAndre Jordan in his prime, Clint Capella, and Tyson Chandler, athletes who finish lobs and defend the rim. Stretch fives like Brook Lopez, Karl Anthony Towns, and Kristaps Porzingis. Bigs who shoot threes and space the floor. Playmaking centers, led by Nikola Jokic. Players who run the offense with passes from the high post or top of the arc centers must handle physical contact, control rebounds, and finish plays efficiently. Even in a three-point era, the center remains essential, closing defensive gaps, anchoring the paint, and securing the toughest interior battles.